Well, TRT World's editor-at-large Ahmed Al-Burai is at our headquarters in Istanbul. So, Ahmed, there was criticism when that decision was made in December that Muslim and Arab leaders hadn't reacted strongly enough to that. But what could they do?
Indeed, surely it is so much for the Palestinian frustrating that the Arab formal voices are not heard in response to what's going on in Jerusalem now. None of them, even condemnation, they are not able to do that. And some of them are accused on social media of being complicit in what's going on in Jerusalem. Like if you look at the General Sisi of Egypt, also the embassy Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, all the Arab streets, the only exception is Jordan. Even in terms of the demonstrations, they're not allowed to go to the street to express what they feel of. On social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, lots of people are tweeting against what's going on. They're highly frustrated, but still it's very contained because of the oppression, because of what's they're living in their own countries. So it is not that kind of momentum that the people were expecting to have a kind of sympathy towards Jerusalem. Now, on the other hand, you have Turkey, President Erdogan, who's always expressing his sympathy. At the time the decision was taken, he said very clearly that Jerusalem is the capital of Palestine and it's not going to be divided. But still, the Arab countries, the Arab world in general, are not doing what the Palestinians are expecting them to be doing.
And until Donald Trump made that decision, countries had avoided having their embassies in Jerusalem because, of course, Jerusalem's status is a core issue of the Israeli-Palestinian peace process. So does that peace process still have a future?
Well, to be honest, Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian president, still believes that there is hope for peace process, but the problem is the broker that is now is not biased, is not only biased, but also a partner with the Israelis in the occupation, as the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Organization, is stating. Now, the problem is Mahmoud Abbas is looking for other brokers to mediate the peace negotiations. But for the people in the street, in Gaza, in the West Bank, in occupied Jerusalem, they all say that the peace process is done not because they don't believe in, but because Benjamin Netanyahu himself, the Israeli Prime Minister, said it clearly and bluntly that Jerusalem is not on the table for any negotiation. And it was endorsed by the Knesset, the Israeli parliament, that Jerusalem is not a part of any coming negotiation. For the Palestinians, if Jerusalem is not on the table, then there is no meaning for any coming negotiation. And the two-state solution is dead, as what Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, bluntly said.
OK, well, just briefly, because we're coming to the end of the show, Ahmed, the Palestinian UN ambassador has called for an emergency meeting over this. Can the UN do anything?
Well, hopefully they will do some decisions, as the Palestinians are counting on their condemnation, some resolutions by the United States. But for many of the Palestinians on social media, on the streets we're talking to, they're just saying that Israel is a rogue state that will not respect any resolutions from the United Nations. Hopefully the United Nations will take more measures on the ground, trying to investigate the crimes at we heard from the United Nations officials. They're going to start embark on an investigation of the crimes happening. More than 40 civilians were killed when no Israelis were injured. They were protesting peacefully inside Gaza Strip. They didn't pose any threat to the national security of Israel.
Ahmed, thank you. Ahmed Al-Burai there, speaking to us live from Istanbul on the day that the new US embassy was relocated.